Hey guys, what's going on? Druzy here, back again with another South Park Bone Destroyer video, and as requested in the last video, people were wondering what I would do with the Team Wars kind of situation for this week. So we're going to do a Team Wars video. We're going to open up our reward pack for this last week, and then go over my voting that I want to go with for Team Wars this week. And I already got a spoiler alert that one spicy card is an option in Team Wars this week. So let's just see quickly what we get in our reward pack here. Oh, we are going to get a Leggy. That's nice. So we do get a bunch of War Hero Ned. Alchemist Scott. Nice. I actually would really like to get him to 4. Honestly, I would like to see how efficient he could possibly be at level 4, because I really think he'd be a fun card to actually make a deck around. I'm actually excited about War Hero Ned, getting him 10 away from a level up. So all in all, that was a pretty solid pack. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, guys, let's look at the votes. And of course, you guys see it over there on the right hand side towards the bottom. The Moo are an option this week, and here is what the votes have gone with thus far for my team. As you can see, only 6 people have gone. So I mean, there's a lot to go around with here. I know PC Principle is pretty solid in Team Wars. So is Zen Cartman, just off rip. And I kind of see where they're going with some of these other stuff. So obviously you got Moo and you've got a potential for Kyle. So, you know, I get Kyle the Drow Elves here with Moo. That would probably be a smart move. If I'm mistaken, aren't Moo are fighters? So I kind of get the whole thing of you use cows with Frontier Bradley. You're going to get that huge buff there. Also you get Satan over Manbear Pig. So this was an option also last week. Satan and Manbear Pig were options there. But you don't have Pope Timmy like you did last week. So you had Pope Timmy to potentially cast Manbear Pig. But I don't know if there's a direct cancel this week. So if there's not a direct cancel, which there isn't, there's only Mind Control as the real spell, or Fireball as the spells. So, you know, even though Manbear Pig is a huge investment as far as energy is concerned, there's not a whole lot that can really deal with it, other than if you just swarm it with pigeons, you swarm it with a few other things. I feel like 99.9% of teams are going to go with cows anyways. So I get Sam here. Sam just has a lot of potential to just constantly feed into his ability. Although I could also see Dar being an option. It's use Dar, especially if you're a lower ranked team. You would use Dar, I would say, over Saint of Many Moons. And the reason you'd use Dragon Slayer Red is her War Cry would really help deal with cows. It's not going to kill them. It's just going to lower their attack and lower their health to make them a little bit easier to whittle down. So I would think something like you could Dar and maybe Freeze Ray if you're a lower level team, like in Bronze, Silver, kind of where I'm at. And then you could use something like either Swarm of Rats, and even though rats would get attacked by the cows, or use pigeons as a straight up cows counter, or Dar into Satan, depending on the cow's level. But I mean, I get why people would choose Sam here. Zen, it makes more sense, I think, over PC Principle, just because of the energy cost and the fact that Zen Cartman is a rare card similar to PC Principle, so it's going to be the same cost investment as far as caps are concerned. But Zen Cartman, with his distraction, could be something to delay cows as well. So if cows are coming out, even though they're a headhunter card, with Zen Cartman's ability, it would distract the cows temporarily to give you a chance to counter. Even though I really like Commander Hat, I think he's underrated for his value that he provides. But Frontier Bradley with cows, and you also have the potential with 6 Element Randy, or even with Shield Maiden Wendy, those are all fighters. Even with Dar or Sam, those are fighters. So you just have a lot of fighter units that just have great value here. It makes sense to use Frontier Bradley. Honestly, I mean, like, I get Fireball to deal with some of the swarm, and I guess I get that the potential to deal with Sam. So you wanted Fireball to deal with Sam, or not Sam, I'm sorry, to deal with Kyle of the Drow Elves to cancel him out, or these other range units. So I see why the team's going with Fireball over Mind Control, because Mind Control is only going to deal with one unit. Fireball has the potential to deal with multiple, although Fireball is 1 more energy cost than Mind Control is at 5 versus 4. There's that. Satan is the ultimate. It is the auto play for anti-cows. Unless you're a low unit team, I mean, Satan is a little bit higher arena that you need to be in to obtain him over Manbear Pig. You can get Manbear Pig right away, I believe, in Arena 1, or it's either 1 or 2. I don't remember right off rip. But Satan, I think you have to be a little bit higher arena tier to get him. I think you have to be in Legendary to get Satan, if my memory serves. So if you're in a much lower ranked team, I don't think Satan is your... Satan may not be your play, although you would get him even though you don't have him. But a level 1 Satan is not going to kill level 6, level 7 cows. And I feel like even at low level, most teams are going to have cows to at least level 5. And I don't believe the Warcry damage from Satan is going to be enough to kill cows even at level 5, at level 1. So maybe Manbear Pig is your play, and you just don't play Manbear Pig unless you have no other option. But I think Freeze Ray has a better option over Purify, because there's really nothing here for Purify to really deal with other than Mind Control, I would think. Or I guess technically it would cancel out Freeze Ray as well. But to me, it just makes more sense with Freeze Ray. You're going to delay the inevitable of either a cow push or something else that you can like whittle away and deal with. I like Shield Maiden Wendy over 6 Element Randy. I get that 6 Element Randy has Roombas that he's casting out, but the shield from Shield Maiden Wendy is underrated. The charge on it is faster than what Randy's is, and there's no hanky. There's no way to boost the charge times. If you could boost the charge time, I'd still say Shield Maiden Wendy is a better overall pick. She's also cheaper in cost, so that helps too, at only 3 versus 5 for 6 Element Randy. So it's a faster cycle, so it just makes more sense. Cows have to be the pick here. They're arguably the strongest card in the freaking game. They're a common card that does hellish damage, and if you have a level 7 cows that aren't dealt with in Team Wars, they will literally just win the game by themselves, or at least 2-bar you almost immediately, which is absolutely insanity. You could make the case for Angel Wendy for her healing over Blelf, but Blood Elf Bebe, I mean, she has a lot of potential to, do some damage. Pretty much the only thing she can really get the most value out of would be pigeons or rats to deal with Swarm, to just keep boosting up, her pass, or what her ability is, just get that healing. But you put her behind a Zen Cartman, she has potential to, I guess, do some damage. I would almost argue, and honestly, I would go with Angel Wendy over Blelf, in my honest opinion. I feel like the healing from Angel Wendy has more value to me than what Blelf has, because I just don't see a lot of people going pigeons. Blelf's not going to be killing cows. So unless people go rats, which I don't feel like with the cows, rats don't make sense to me. It would make much more sense to use Paladin Butters in that as that other option. I definitely like Scout Ike here over Smuggler Ike. I mean, Smuggler Ike's probably not going to get the value you would like, but, Scout Ike, every time he hits you, you're getting energy in return. That's just huge value. They're the same card cost, if my memory serves right. Well, Scout Ike might be one more. Yeah, he's one more. I mean, he's one more energy cost, but his ability is better than Smuggler Ike's, in my opinion. With cows, 1000%, with no ability to cancel him other than a strong enough fireball to potentially kill him. I mean, Kyle the Drow is insanely good. I mean, Sharon could have potential with her healing. If you're lower level, I would still go with Kyle the Drow. He's a much better card overall, and Paladin Butters just makes sense. So I agree with pretty much everyone's votes from the team. The only change I would make is Angel Wendy. I think her healing's a little bit better. I'm sure people will disagree with me and say Blelf. If you think that you're going to deal with a lot of people that are going to have Swarm, depending on where your arena is, then maybe Blelf is the better answer. But again, I kind of go with Angel Wendy. I could also see Purify over Freeze Ray, the potential to get rid of Mind Control and get rid of Freeze Ray. It does weigh down, and it would be a positive energy trade with Purify over that. But Freeze Ray, I feel like 99% of teams aren't going to pick Purify. They're probably going to pick Freeze Ray instead. So it just makes more sense to just go with that. So that's my votes for this week. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you'd like me to do this each week, or maybe not each week, but maybe a few times a month, let me know. I'm more than willing to. I'm a man of the people, man. If the people want it, I'm here to give it. I do have some video ideas for the rest of the week, so those will be kind of filtering out as the week goes on. I've been pretty busy at work lately, so I got home late, like I'm 2 hours late from work with stuff to make this video. But here we are. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. You know who it is, and until next time.